change now?
I am. Yeah, we're all over the place tonight, aren't we? Right, we've got a big weekend of FA Cup football to look forward to here on BT Sport. It all kicks off on Saturday lunchtime. In form Manchester City are going to travel to Championship side Blackburn. Now, Rovers have been beaten just once in their last 6. They're 2 points from the playoffs in the Championship. And then on Sunday, there's a double-header here on BT Sport. First up, it's Steve McLaren's Derby County facing Chelsea. Derby have been in impressive form since the appointment of the former England boss, losing just twice in 14 matches. But stick around because straight after that, we'll be turning our attention to Old Trafford as Man United welcome Swansea. Now, one man in FA Cup action this weekend is with us now, so head this way. Now, you might recognise the surname, but I'll forgive you for not knowing the first name necessarily. This is Sergio Torres. Sergio, thank you for coming to join us. Now, you're a guy, we say that the FA Cup is all about dreaming big and daring to dream. You did exactly that, didn't you? As a 22-year-old, you were working in a brick factory with your dad.
Yeah,
you thought, I want to play in England. What happened?
Well, it was quite a long story. That's why I got a book out. And yeah, just...
We'll have the subbed version. What happened on your first night in England? Because that's the bit we've all been talking about.
Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't the British night, but you know, I came with full of dreams, and I wanted to try my luck in Europe. In Argentina, if you're 21, 22, you didn't play in the top division. It's very hard to make it as a professional. So I decided to come with very little English, and yeah, a Cameroonian agent picked me up from the airport and took me to his house in Norbury, near Croydon. They showed me the bedroom where I was gonna sleep, and I was very tired, of course, of the flight. So I fall asleep, and about 2 hours later, I heard someone was waking me up, and then I realized that someone was gonna sleep, share a bed with me.
So you had to share a bed with a guy who you'd never met?
Exactly, like completely stranger. So that first night, I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't really speak to him because I didn't understand the language, and I was just looking through the window and thinking, what am I doing here? You know, I was fine back home. I had a family, a job. I was playing semi-professional, and now I'm miles away from home, just sharing a bed with someone.
And how long did you have to live like that?
2 months.
And it was a couple of years before you actually got a professional club, wasn't it? Were there times when you thought, what am I doing? I should go back to Argentina?
There were times, but to be fair, I met so many nice people, and everyone tried to help me. Well, first I started in club mostly, and then I went to Bainsistor where I was living, you know, a family, John and Mimi, like they took me to his house.
A family? Wasn't he a fan?
Yeah, he was a big Bainsistor fan, and we didn't have a place to stay, so he just took us to our house. Yeah.
So were you just sort of living anywhere and everywhere that you could? You lived at the club at one point, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, we lived in a boardroom for about 3 months. You know, it was me and another Argentinian, Christian. And well, at the time we didn't have a lot of money, and the manager offered us to, anyhow, he offered us to stay there. So the day of the game was quite funny because we had to take all the stuff away, all the mattresses, like, all our clothes hiding because
your
of
underwear.
Course, exactly, yeah, and make sure we clean and hoover the place, everything. So it was funny, but like I say, I met so many nice people, and of course I work in Boots as well, and that's that got me learning the language mainly. You know, talking to a supervisor, Keith. He's still one of my best friends, and you know, was just mainly chatting to him every day.
So you came to England to live the dream. It's kind of a random lifestyle, but you're describing it with, you know, a big smile on your face. It's clearly been a good lifestyle for you.
It was. I loved it, you know. It was different. Everyone back home saying, oh, you're crazy, you know, going there and doing that. And I was like, no, it's an experience of life. I was taking it like that, and I was learning another culture, and that, you know, taking everything in. Of course, it was hard because I was waking up at 5 in the morning, 5:30. I used to get on the bike and then cycle to work 6 o'clock until 12, and then cycle back and then train in the evening. So it was hard, but I enjoy it.
But you did all that, and then you played for Wickham, and then you went to Peterborough, and that was kind of the big. You were sold for 150,000, weren't you? So that was your big time. But it wasn't necessarily the best time, was it, when you went to Peterborough?
No. Well, I had a great time at Wickham, great 3 years, and then I moved to Peterborough, and I think the price tag was big in my head, and you know, I wanted to play as high as I could. That's why I left, and but you know, I went into a bit of depression because. I thought about going back home. I couldn't really handle. I wasn't playing much. I was in the stand for the first time since I was here, and I wasn't enjoying football. So I was very close of going back. But at that time I met my wife, Lena, and then she helped me carry on, and she's been right by my side.
It's just really interesting the way you talk about it, because that's what you set your sights on, and it wasn't what you wanted. You just wanted to love football.
Exactly.
You went on loan to Lincoln, and then you went to Crawley, where you fell in love with football again, and things went well for you there. 2 back-to-back promotions.
Yeah, it was amazing. Had probably my best 2 years in football was the first 2 years at Crawley. Everything was going fine. The year 2011 started with that goal winning against Derby in the 3rd round of the FA Cup, which was crazy. In the last minute, all the fans came to the pitch, and it was the best feeling I ever had on the football pitch. And then we went on to play against Man United, and then of course we got back-to-back promotion. So everything is fine, and I love that club. So I'm very happy. Yeah.
And that's why you're a bit of a legend at Crawley. I mean, your family must be over the moon when you finally phone up with these stories. I'm playing at Old, I'm playing against United, I'm playing against Rooney. Everyone's on the pitch, as you say.
No, it was crazy that day. I called my dad straight away after the draw was made, and I said, "You have to come here. It's the only time your son is going to be playing at Old Trafford. It's the theatre of dreams." And so my dad flew only for 5 days to come to watch a game. My family, my wife, everything was watching the game, and. I think everyone was proud of me that day, so which made me feel happy, of course.
Oh, congratulations, Sergio. And you've got so many stories to tell. I'm certainly going to take this, if that's all right, that one.
Yeah, of course.
For me, good luck on Saturday, because I know you've got a 2nd round match against Bristol, haven't you?
Yeah. Hopefully, if the rain lets us play.
Fingers crossed. Well, good luck, Sergio. Nice to meet you.
Thanks a lot, Helen.
It's all right if I keep this? Thanks.
Yeah.
Right, now earlier this evening, Rangers beat Airdrie, and now we can rejoin our team in Scotland for the lowdown on all the New Year's football north of the border.
Welcome to the Excelsior Stadium in Airdrie, where Rangers have re-established their